Phu Quoc Prison. Coconut Tree Prison is a must-visit historical relic in Phu Quoc, the largest island in Vietnam. This notorious former prison stands as a poignant reminder of the tragic history on the island, capturing the extreme sufferings of Vietnamese patriots during the colonial occupation and Vietnam War. These days, Phu Quoc Island is a popular tropical retreat famous for stunning beaches, dense jungles, and luxurious resorts. But a little-known fact is that Phu Quoc had a turbulent past throughout fierce wars in the country. Phu Quoc Prison is the island's most prominent historic site, attracting thousands of domestic and international tourists annually. Read more on our complete guide to this destination in Phu Quoc below. Phu Quoc Prison was first built by the French colonialists in 1946 to imprison Vietnamese dissidents during the Indochina War. It was considered to be the largest prison in Southeast Asia at that time. Until April 1954, Phu Quoc Coconut Prison captured 14,000 political prisoners, most of whom were male. After the Geneva Agreements in 1954, the colonialism in Vietnam ended, and the French returned most of the prisoners to their families. During the Vietnam War, the Republic of Vietnam, South Vietnam, and American forces reused Phu Quoc Prison as the National Prison 1967-1973 to detain communist soldiers. The South government renamed it Coconut Tree Prison, also called Coconut Tree Training Camp or Phu Quoc Communist Post Jail, according to its location in Kdua Village, Coconut Tree Village. Covering an area of 400 hectares, Phu Quoc Coconut Tree Prison Camp was the largest prison in the South, holding more than 32,000 political dissenters. At its peak, the number of prisoners was up to 40,000 people, including high-ranking North Vietnamese leaders. In 1967, the prison was reconstructed and expanded to 12 main areas with 500 barracks. Each one could accommodate 3,000 inmates, divided into 4 subdivisions A, B, C, and D for males, females, and the elderly. The whole camp was covered by 10 to 15 layers of barbed wire and guarded by 4 fully equipped military battalions. Nowadays, after many restorations, Phu Quoc Coconut Prison has become an educational museum available for local and international visitors. Phu Quoc Prison was officially recognized as a National Historical Monument in 1996 and a Special National Relic in 2014. The exhibition House of Relics at Phu Quoc Coconut Prison features a 2-story gallery with 2 separate spaces. A screening room shows a brief introduction to Phu Quoc Island's history. Another showroom exhibits 43 artifacts, more than 100 documentary illustrations, and records of the camp, including 3 main parts: Phu Quoc Prison torture methods, its foundation and expansion, and resistance fighters' struggles and their belongings. B2 section is the most remarkable part of the Phu Quoc Prison, where reenacts the gruesome scenes of inhumane punishments inside the old camp. Here, visitors will see life-sized mannequins of guards and prisoners being tortured by deadly instruments. There were more than 40 forms of barbaric torture inflicted upon the detainees in the jail, such as beatings in tie-up positions, electric shock, blinding, waterboarding, burns, crucifixion to foreheads or knees, and breaking their teeth by hammers. The worst torture method in Phu Quoc Coconut Prison must be the Casto tiger cage made of barbed wire, too low and tiny for a person to either sit up straight or lie out. The victims were left starved out in these outdoor barbed wire cages and endured the heat during the day and the freeze at night. The reenactment area allows visitors to visualize the physical pain of victims through the intense facial expressions of the mannequins. It enables them to understand and feel the extreme agony of former prisoners who tremendously suffered from the cruel torture in Phu Quoc Prison. These disturbing abuses were confirmed by the Red Cross on a visit to the prison in 1969. After the war, there were roughly 4,000 deaths reported, and the rest of the detainees were released with eternal physical and mental disabilities. The prisoner graveyard at Phu Quoc Coconut Tree Prison occupies over 2,000 square meters on a hill, adjacent to the Navy Force Zone 5, and about 1 kilometer away from B2 section. After 1975, the construction was rebuilt of armored concrete and surrounded by fences. In the center of the graveyard, there is a monument of a fist erected on a rectangular block, embodying the indomitable spirit and sacrifices of predecessors. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe our channel for more.